Panic is allegedly rising for Australian CEOs over the countdown to mandatory ESG reporting. To discuss the challenges and, of course, the opportunities presented in our next steps, I'm joined by Philip Keogan, Chief Commercial Officer at Wattwatchers. Good to have you with us. First up, for those who don't know, let's talk ESG. What is it and why does it matter?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on. And certainly this new legislation that has kicked in from 1st of Jan 2025 is really raising the bar around sustainability reporting. And it's going to impact, the group, what they call Group 1 entities. So these are the, very large ASX, large private companies that have big turnovers, big assets, and a large number of employees. And they're going to have to start reporting their sustainability performances for next financial year. So for most Australian companies, that's going to kick in 1st of July 2025. So we've got, 5 and a bit months to really prepare for this. And in terms of, what is ESG, what is sustainability reporting? Well, companies are going to have to report on, climate-related financial risks and also opportunities. They're going to have to set out the metrics and the targets which will cover scope 1, 2, and 3 of greenhouse gas emissions. And they're going to have to detail, how they've gone about it. What's the governance, what's the management process that's been implemented to produce these reports.
Yeah, absolutely. A full rundown, really, and a full changing of the guard in many respects. But what's driving that urgency around ESG reporting? Take us through why this is such a hot button topic.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, in Australia, we are now under what's called mandatory reporting. And so these stage 1 companies, the larger companies, are now having to, legally report sustainability practices and performances and targets. And that starts, next financial year, which is, just a few months away. So it's a really important part now of the business landscape, something that's top of mind for CEOs, and certainly quite a significant challenge ahead for 2025.
And hopefully just not another pile of rocks in the backpack of an already heavy company when it comes to their day-to-day operations. Hopefully they don't see it as an add-on in terms of extra work, extra paperwork, extra compliance, etc. Where are businesses struggling the most with that compliance though, Philip? What are you seeing?
Yeah, so that's a really good point. I think historically this has been seen as maybe a bit of a bolt-on that has to be done, and that's changing. Right, this is really kicking up a whole new level. These reports have to be audited. You'll be lodging them with ASIC. You'll be presenting them at your AGM, and there really are some big opportunities and some big gaps. I think really shifting ESG as an afterthought and embedding that in a business's strategy will really drive that business as usual adoption of these practices. And I think CEOs have got to kind of lead to break down those silos between different teams. So it'll involve operations, finance, sustainability team, and bringing all those together. I think there's significant gaps in data capturing, data collection and accuracy, and that will need to become a huge focus for CEOs as they roll forward. And then the last area is this issue of greenwashing, and it's a real risk. I mean, we've seen globally major companies like H&M, Deutsche Bank. We've had Volkswagen with Dieselgate that were fined $40 billion. So it's really important that these targets are set, that they're specific, they're measurable and achievable by these companies.
Well, of course, and encouraging people not to fudge those numbers, expecting they can get away with it now. But how can energy management improve ESG readiness? Take us through a little bit about how we can prepare, give some advice to those CEOs out there who are looking to, do the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, our company, Wattwatchers, is very much in that landscape. We're a technology platform, and we're about delivering very high quality, very granular energy data from across all aspects of a business's operations. and being able to bring that back and report that through our own management platform or third-party platforms that may already be in place. And having that level of detail and accuracy really will support these businesses to establish a solid baseline and a reliable baseline, and then use that around their implementation strategies to improve around energy efficiency, around sustainability, and then continuously monitor and measure and report back on that using these sorts of platforms.
Philip, just to summarise and sort of wrap up for me, what changes will mandatory reporting bring, do you think, in 2025 based on everything your team is working on, seeing and engaging with day to day?
Yeah, I think there's sort of three key areas. I mean, we're going to see a huge increase in scrutiny and so transparency. You'll have your investors, regulators, your customers, your employees really looking at these sustainability reports and seeing, what impact is this business making for the planet. We're going to continue to see this huge shift of capital allocation toward really low carbon industries and projects such as renewable energy, and sustainability is just going to become vitally strategically important to a business in securing not just investment but really maintaining market credibility. And I think those that do it well will see a real market differentiation, and they'll become the attractive businesses that investors will be looking for in terms of sustainability returns. And I think innovation, we're going to see a lot more innovation. You can't have a conversation today without talking about AI.
Correct.
AI is going to be all over this, and the opportunity to really, bring all these massive data sets together. But what I think is really exciting is using AI to do real-time operational insights to improve, your energy use and efficiency, and that's something Wattwatchers is really doubling down on.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting stuff, turning every company into a starship, if you will, navigating all those pieces. But Philip, if people want to find out more, engage with you and the team, and perhaps get some help with all of this, where's the best place to engage?
Yeah, look, we're having lots of conversations now. We'd love to have a lot more. Our website is wattwatchers.com.au. Please jump on there, drop us a line. We'd love to talk to you. We love this space. It's super exciting, and there's a lot of really interesting work ahead for everybody.
And I'm sure you're extremely busy, so I will let you go. But thanks again for joining us right here on Ticker and helping us out with our discussion today.
Thanks so much.